Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite concealers, and I have some drugstore and I have some high-end, so it's really good variety. And I've gotten this request a lot asking what my favorite concealers are, and so I'm just going to share them with you, and I hope you guys find this really helpful. So yeah, let's just get started. So let's start off with drugstore concealer. The first one I have is by Maybelline. It's their Dream Lumi concealer, and it looks like this, and it just has a brush applicator and you twist to click for the concealer to come up, and I am in the shade Nude. And I really like this concealer because I think it's really comparable to YSL's Touche Eclat, which is awesome because this is so much cheaper than the YSL, and I think you get really good results. And I actually have it on right now, and it really brightens up this inner area of your eye, and I do it like in a triangle formation. This concealer brightens up your complexion really well, and I find that it lasts a really long time on the skin too, especially when it's been really hot outside. Like right now in San Diego, it's super hot, so I've been having a good time testing this out to see how it will hold up in hot weather, and it's been holding up great. And so far I think this is a really good drugstore concealer, and it lasts a really long time. So the next concealer is also by Maybelline, and it's their Instant Asian Wine concealer, and at the shade Neutralizer. So this concealer, I love it because of the consistency of it. It blends really well into your skin, doesn't settle into your fine lines, but it doesn't have the brightening effect like the Dream Lumi Touch, but it does neutralize, like it says, really well onto your skin tone, just so it evens everything out. So overall, I think this is still a really good concealer that's out on the market right now in the drugstore. So my third concealer is by Sonia Kashuk, and this is her concealer palette, the Hidden Agenda 071, and I love this. I've heard about this a lot on YouTube, that's why I decided to try it out, and I've used this thing to death, so it's really dirty. So there used to be a green shade right here, so this one and these two are concealers. They're cream concealers, and then this is a powder for you to set on top of your concealer so it stays in place all day. And I love this because sometimes I tend to have redness around my face and underneath my eyes. That's why I killed the green shade, because it neutralizes the red, so it'll just kind of clear up your complexion so you have a good base to start with. And I use this all over my face. It didn't dry out my skin, and I tend to have really dry skin, so I really love this. I can't wait to pick up another one. And it's just really affordable because there are plenty of concealer palettes out there, especially like Makeup Forever, where they have that green neutralizer shade, and their concealers can go up to like $30, but this was $10 or less, and it lasted a really long time. And I really like the consistency of it too, because it's pretty thick and creamy but blendable all at the same time. It doesn't get chunky or anything, so I really like this one if you have a lot of redness to conceal, just because of the green shade alone. And the powder is okay. I didn't find a use for it that much, but the overall, I like how you could blend out, create your own colors, because each concealer shade, one is lighter than the other, so you could customize it, which is why I really like this palette so much. My last two concealers are the high-end concealers, and let's start off with Bobbi Brown. I have the Bobbi Brown Corrector, and this is in the shade Light Peach. And I am almost out. It looks like this, and this is a wonderful concealer because on the website it tells you to use the corrector then the creamy concealer, but I find that that would be too much product on my face. But I think the corrector does a great job already because it neutralizes everything, and it has a really nice brightening effect to it as well, and the consistency is really nice, and it stays on all day for what it is, and it's just really handy and a cute packaging too. So the last concealer I have to share with you guys is by MAC, and this is their Studio Finish Concealer SPF 35 and W25. Now this is my super heavy duty concealer that I go to because of the heavy coverage it has. It claims to cover tattoos, so you can already tell by that it has a lot of coverage. I tend to use this when I want to go for a really polished look. It does stay on all day. I use this underneath my eyes, or you could get the shade to cover up your blemishes on your face, and it lasts a really long time, which is what I appreciate about it. But I find that's a little bit too heavy coverage for every single day unless you need that type of coverage. But overall, this is a really good concealer. It lasts a really long time, which is always good because this is pretty expensive, and I'm happy to know that it will last me for a long time and I'll get my money's worth for it. Lastly, I know this is not a concealer, but it's the YSL Touche Eclat, and this is a highlighter. Some people use it as a concealer if you don't don't need a lot of coverage. But I really like using this to brighten up the inner corner and do like the triangle thing if I feel like I don't need a lot of coverage that day. So this is really good. And if someone were to ask me which one would I pick, the Maybelline Dream Lumi or YSL, I'd probably go with the Dream Lumi. Call me crazy even though this sells out a lot, but I just really like the price of this and I think it does a wonderful job, and it has a good color selection still. If you're gonna get really nitpicky with it, the YSL does have a better consistency to the product, but it doesn't bother me too much, and plus both of them don't settle into my fine lines. But I just really like the Maybelline one, so I probably won't repurchase this unless I want to splurge on it again, because this is such a good, reliable product to have. So I hope you guys found this video really helpful in your hunt for the perfect concealer. It took me a while of trial and error to figure out which one I liked. So let me know in the comments below if you are using one of these products and if you enjoy them or not. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys!